Okay, good morning. Okay, good morning. Okay, now I just need to make sure that now I just need to it doesn't overlap the audio. Um, Let me go ahead and give my link out and alright. Gonna wait till a few more minutes, then I will talk about what we're waiting for. I do believe the screen is not loaded. Okay, there we go. Should be able to see the charts here. I'll talk about the line and everything in a second. Just making sure all my accounts are ready once I take the trade. Okay. Alright, so we're pretty much ready. Alright, so here's what we're looking for today. We have a bearish bias on this, and what we're expecting is for a 1 minute candle closure above this line right here, this dotted red line. And once that happens, we will look for a sell. Alright. Now, how we look for a sell will be based off of, let me go ahead and draw what we're looking for. We just basically want an engulfing candle, right? Something like this where the body engulfs, so the previous candle and the current candles close and open have to be equal, and then the body, so the close of the current candle has to close below the previous candle. So as of right now, we're just waiting. We don't take any trades until after 8:20. So the time to start trading, if I was to put a vertical line, is right here, and I will put that in like maybe a green color. So that's the go time right here. As of right now, what we want to see is we want to see price holding this area, and also even going up here and closing above this area right here. And then we look for a signal candle. Alright. Let me just make sure my time is synced. Okay. Alright, so we're pretty much ready. There's nothing to talk much about the trade. It's a simple bearish setup. It's very easy to see. We have this high here as well that needs to be broken, and then price will go down. I will check in 1 second. Let me go ahead and check something. I'm going to see if we have any news today. So we have news at 2:30, but that's pretty much it. There's really no news this morning. Well, nothing on USD. So we may have a very slow day for gold, which means it could stay bullish, but we're going to take the trade how we see it. Now, honestly, if the trade happens up here, I will take it. Let's see if we get a trade like somewhere like this, and we take that. Our take profit is the low of the day, right? Which would be like, let's say Asian session low. I don't want to use this low right here because this is before Asian session, right? So I use the Asian session and beyond the low. So this would be a 6R trade right here, if that's how we take the trade or not. But that's if it hits TP, but that's the idea, right? We want to see price first come up here and close above this area. We have about 7 more minutes. So we're just waiting and we're going to see what happens. If it does drop a lot, I'll probably just take the regular 2R. But as of right now, if price goes up here and closes above, our target is going to be down here. So it's going to be a really big trade. It may not get down here, right? But I'm going to secure whatever we get at 3 p.m. is the cutoff period. Okay? So if we get in that trade, the cutoff period is 3 p.m. Obviously, I'm not going to watch the trade in the stream until 3 p.m. We'll probably have to talk about it in the next session. But as far as this trade goes, if we take the low of the day as TP, then we're not going to watch the trade the whole day. However, if we use the regular 2R, then we'll sit and wait till it hits TP or stop loss. But yeah, as of right now, we're just waiting. Let me go ahead and make this bigger so you guys can see what we're waiting for. So right now, we're just waiting for price to close above this area right here. And that's the first step. So the very first step is for price to close above here. The second step is price before or after 820. So if it's before, we're not trading still. If it's after, we're waiting for the third step, which would be the engulfing candle. And we're taking a sell. And we don't really care if it's gonna win or lose, right? We don't care if it's gonna win or lose. We're gonna take the trade how we see it. We're gonna take the trade exactly how we're supposed to. So right now we're just waiting. Alright, so far it's about to be 8:20, but we haven't closed above this area here, so we're still gonna wait for price to close above here. Let me go ahead and oh wow. Not sure what just happened, but looks like gold is trying to start moving. It still hasn't closed above here, so we're not going to do anything with this move. And our target is all the way down here anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this so we know where our target is. I'll mark it with the horizontal line right at the bottom, and we will put it as a, let's say, yellow line. So that's the take profit if we do take a trade on gold. Our take profit is down here. Wow, look at this. That's a huge sell-off. I don't think there's any news. Let me double check that. Yeah, there was no news. This is not news release right here. It dropped about $2, 2 something, and it's still dropping. Actually, wait. Let me think about this really quick. So what? The 55 candle was right here. Yeah, so this is the actual. I was thinking maybe this was the area right here that price should have closed above, but the 55 candle broke it right there. I'll keep it in mind though. Let me see. So if we go to the 1 minute, price did close above it and then dropped below it, right? And once it dropped below it, it also changed character right here, came back up, tested this imbalance, and now it's driving down, so hopefully it will come back up and then we'll see a real push down. So here now we're looking for a trade setup anywhere after this green horizontal line. We would prefer price to come back up here and close above this level, or close above this level again. Okay? If price does that, then we will be in the trade if we see our signal candle. Hopefully what it's doing here is it was grabbing liquidity down here to make people think it's selling, right? Then it's gonna make people think it's buying again, and then it'll fully sell off for the rest of the day. Hopefully that's the case. Now, if I used the regular, if I was using this high here, it was broken on the last 5-minute candle. However, if we still used it, this would have been a valid setup right now. But we're not using this one here unless it comes back up again and closes above this. We could see there's a lot of volume in gold right now. A lot of volume. It says there's news at 8:30. Okay. Okay, so we have news soon, which is unemployment rate, and I believe it's NFP, right? Yeah, it is NFP today. So news in 6 minutes. Honestly, I am hoping that NFP will drive this higher, okay? And what I would like to see is if NFP drives this higher, we get our closure above here, and then price falls. Because we're bearish for the day, right? So technically we would like to see price dropping. And what I may do is I may enter a very small sized position to sell just in case. So in the next like maybe 3 minutes, I'm gonna open a small sell, put my stop loss up here, and put my take profit down here. Okay? That's what I will do for an FP here. Okay, in probably about 2 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and place a sell order on gold with stop loss up here. Now, it's gonna be a very small size trade, to be honest, because let's see, so if I was to open a trade and put it up here, stop loss is down here, we'll have about a 4-hour trade if I do this here. I may go for this. Maybe I will open 2 positions, so yeah, I may just go ahead and do this here. It's a very small trade. It's not even 0.5%. Basically what I'm looking at is I'm expecting price, because we're bearish for the day, right? I just entered a small sell here with the stop loss up here. And my take profit is actually not down here. Okay, so it's not here. I put my take profit all the way down here, which is like a 4.5R. But I may take it out right here, which is still 2R, but I'm assuming price may go all the way down here, which is about 12, 13 points, $13 on this. Let's see. However, if it does come up here, I will do the regular 1%. So this is not a trade that is confirmed on the system. I'm just taking this because we're bearish for the day, so. Because what NFP could do, guys, this is what NFP could do. It could whipsaw up here, right? It could go like this. Goes up, then comes down, right? You don't want that. But at the same time, it could just do this. Go up a little bit, and then crashes down. Okay, so to avoid all that noise, I've taken a small position here. But our original trade, where I'm going to take 1%, is if it comes up here and closes above this area here. So we have about 2 minutes. It never closed above this area here, so we're not looking for a trade until it does, which NFP is about to make this move. In 1 minute. This is a good push higher to go lower. We'll see. I really do want it, like, even though I did take a 0.2% trade on this, because I took a 0.2% or 0.25, right? Because if I hit take profit on this, it's going to give me 1%, right? But if I lose, it's just 0.2%, so I don't really care, right? But if it does come up here and confirms the trade as a regular trade, then obviously if I win that trade, I'm going to take a 1% risk up here. If it closes above this area and gives us a regular trade. So like this right here. This is good. There we go. This is good here. So if we could get price to now give us a signal anywhere up on the highs, because the 1 minute has closed above, so now we're just looking for a bearish engulfing. And I'm gonna get my account ready. Let me go ahead and we would like a bearish engulfing to form somewhere. I wonder if it keeps going higher here, if we'll be able to get another trade. Because it doesn't look like it's going to give us a... let me go to the 1 minute chart on this. We need a bearish engulfing now, so what we're looking for is a bearish engulfing of the body. Because we're bearish, we need that engulfing to happen. Let me prepare my trade on my other MT4 as well. Okay. I haven't taken any trades yet. I'm waiting for a bearish engulfing, but I am ready in case it does happen soon. And depending on where it happens, my stop loss would be the high, so the previous high. So obviously, it might. Okay. We need a bearish engulfing of the previous candle's body. Okay. We're still just waiting. I'll let you guys know when I enter a trade. I think you'll hear it, but MT4 like makes a sound when you enter a trade, so. If this makes a new high, I have to adjust my magic keys. It's just a waiting game now. I do need to edit my risk tolerance on my magic keys to 1%. Okay. Once we're in, our take profit should be down here. Okay. Let's look at the daily, what it's doing on the daily. Daily, it looks like it's pretty much up here. Chances of it flipping to go all the way down here is low. But we never know. Okay, so it's giving a trade here. This might be our signal candle, okay? So I'm gonna get that ready. I will let you know if I do enter the trade. So the stop loss has to be here. Take profit. I'm just gonna do a 2-hour trade because chances of it going all the way down is pretty low. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting in after this candle. Okay, I'm in the trade. And let's see what happens. Win or lose, we don't care. We entered this correctly. Okay. This is the trade setup right here. Where is it? Okay, there we go. So there's the trade setup. Yeah, it's exactly like this. So here's the trade, first trade that we've taken that's very confirmed. You had enough time to get in up there. Once it goes to 1R, I will go break even, but so far this is the trade I'm taking. Well, the trade I've already taken. And we don't care if this loses or wins, because it doesn't matter. We took the right setup. If I explain to you what happened is, we had this high right here. We needed price to break above and close above it. And we only trade after 820. So 820 is right here. And what happened here? So price closed above it here. So we look for our signal candle, which is an engulfing pattern, which doesn't happen on any of these candles until this one here. So you have the close and open are equal, and then this candle here closes below this candle, right? So that's our engulfing pattern. So we just take the trade there, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And now you just wait. Modify. Now we just wait to see what happens. I mean, so far so good. Okay, and right now we don't care what happens with this trade here. Whether it wins or loses, we're staying in the trade. We're gonna move to break even possibly after 1R, but otherwise we're staying until 2R. Okay? And if you really wanted, you could leave obviously a runner to keep going, but this is our trade and we're just waiting. Let's see, it's 1R right now. So you could make this risk free if you wanted to. It's worth noting that price could reverse up here a little bit, then continue down. So you could get taken out of break even, then price continues down. So moving to break even is not a bad idea, but it's also not really super convenient. So it's just up to you. You could do whatever you want. But we don't care. We don't care if it wins or loses. You have to get that out of your mind. Don't give a damn if the trade wins or loses. What you need to focus on is that you made the right entry, okay? I will always tell you guys when the entry signal comes, okay? this is like the third live stream, but for some reason my live streams aren't saving, so I'll see if I could save this one. If it doesn't save, then whatever, I'll explain the same thing next week. I'll keep explaining how I entered the trade. It's gonna get annoying, but I mean, you have to understand, somehow. Here we see gold coming back up. Now this is a good reversal, so it could come back up, and if you're at break even, you could get taken out, but you know what? It doesn't even matter if you get taken out because you lost nothing. It's currently bouncing off this imbalance right here. This is a huge imbalance. I assume it's going to fill in more. Even if it has to go up, it's going to at least fill in more of this imbalance because it's not even 50% yet. So I'm not convinced that this is the reversal. Yeah, it's not really convincing. Sometimes you have to sit through. Sometimes it hits take profit immediately, but sometimes you're stuck in these trades for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. But we like it when it just goes our direction. This was a good pullback though. It was a healthy pullback for it to keep going lower. While we sit and watch, I'll just try to talk about the trade one more time. So we start stream at 8:05, right? From 8:05 to 8:20, we're basically doing nothing. We're not doing anything. We're just waiting to see what price is doing, okay? If price breaks the high that I have marked, at the start of the stream, I'll always have a high or a low marked. If price has broken it and closed above it, or broken below it and closed below it, then we're just waiting for a signal candle, which is always going to be an engulfing pattern, okay? Now in this case, price did break, but it did not close above it, so we need a closure above it between 8:05 and 8:20, or after 8:20, and you see it happen here at 8:29. This is NFP news. You notice how the news did not have any effect on us? Because it did not give us a signal. Even when the news came, it did not give us a false signal, right? The signal came after news, right here. And it's based off of an engulfing on the body, not the whole candle. So it doesn't have to engulf the whole candle, like an outside bar, because it's not an outside bar. It's an engulfing candle. What it needs to do is it needs to have the previous candle's close has to be equal to the open of the new candle, and then that open of the new candle, the closure has to be below the previous candle's open. So right here. And that is what we wait for right here. And yeah, that was the first one. So you take the first one that appears in your direction. So obviously I told you we're bearish for the day, so this is the first bearish one after 8:20 that was above our high after the break and close above the high. So hopefully that explains it well. But yeah, stop loss is the previous high. So obviously I could have used this high, but if we use this high, let me just check really quick. If we use this high, TP would be, looks like TP would be around a little bit higher, but we're like down here somewhere. The reason why we use previous high is because it gives us a little breathing room. And I hate that term breathing room because you don't really need, you pretty much know if your signal is going to fail or not early on if it starts to just reverse. But at the same time, price does like coming back and hitting liquidity before it continues. And as you see here, these two highs were pretty much almost equal, so I just prefer to take the higher one, okay? Once that's done, my stop loss is usually 2 pips above it, right? And so 7.3, so it would be 9.3, so it's like there. And take profit is 2R. Now, I could put my take profit down here, honestly. We could go for this, would be a 3.4R, which is not a bad, it's not a bad like choice to try and go for this. But I'm going for 2R because on the daily this looks really, it looks like a strong bullish, and actually it might end up taking us out here. Looks like it's really trying to go back up. At this point you should have moved your stop loss to break even, because there's no reason to not move it to break even here. And I know price could come back up and then continue lower, but it could also come back and keep going higher, because look where it's reversing off of, this area right here, which is the previous high. So it could be a break and retest, right? And then now it could keep going higher. That's not to say that's the plan, but that's what could happen. You never know what the market's gonna do. And at this point it's dropped a lot, so we could assume that if it comes back up in this area, it's gonna lose. So you could just exit at break even. So I will let you know if I get taken out at break even on this trade. I haven't yet. I'm still in the trade. But I don't really, it doesn't really matter if I get stopped out or not. Okay. I'll be right back in one moment. I'm not going to stop the stream. I'm just going to be right back and I'll talk about what happened. So if price takes us out here, we're at break even. So it's either going to break even or it's going to come back down. I'll be right back and I'll review what happened after when I'm back. It'll be like maybe 2 minutes. Alright? Give me 2 minutes. Alright guys, so let's see how's the trade going. My trade is actually still going. I might close it soon. It should have hit break even, but because I think I took it on this candle here when it was going up a little bit, I think I just survived the break even. Because yeah, if I had entered on this candle here and it went down first, I would have definitely been kicked out at break even. But I'm close to securing profits. I will let you know when I do secure. Okay, so as it gets down there, it's really close. Close. Alright, here it goes. Once it gets maybe like $10 away, which is, it's trying to. Alright, so I'm gonna exit right here. Alright, I think you heard that. And yeah, so that was a profitable trade. If we take a look, it's starting to go back up a little bit, but I think it's gonna keep dropping, right? Let me go ahead and close this. On my other account, I should have also been closing this trade. Okay. Alright. Everything's closed. I'll walk you through it in 1 second. So my TP was just a little bit high. It was a little bit shy of this because this one never really hit it. But if the spreads were a little bit lower, then obviously I would have hit it. But regardless, it was a profitable trade. I watched it and I went to the kitchen to grab something to drink when it was around here because I had already put my break even, which was like around here. And price came back up. I was expecting when I came back, it would have hit me out, but I came back to like over here, which is really good. Anyway, that was it. That was pretty much it. We don't have anything else to talk about. And thank you, Jose. Is that how you pronounce your name, Jose? I'd hope so. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correct. But yeah, that was the trade. I'm probably going to end the stream off here. Thank you guys for joining in. It's 9:05. We're out of the trade. There's nothing else to talk about. That was it. I'll see you guys